Tech industry jobs are among the best careers for young people to build economic security, prestige, and work-life balance. But these highly sought-after jobs are concentrated into a handful of cities in the US. In this video, I'll be ranking the top 10 tech cities and going over their pros and cons. The criteria used in my rankings are the following: number of jobs, cost of living, quality of life, anchor companies, startup ecosystem, and some assignment to the future trajectory of the city, if it's trending in an overall positive or negative direction. Thanks to the pandemic and the refinement of collaboration software such as Teams and Zoom, remote work is now a viable long-term option if you want to work in tech. If you have a true need to be remote, be it health-related or otherwise, the viability of permanent remote work is a great addition. Remote isn't perfect, however, and especially for people younger in their careers, is not the best option. Once you have strong professional experience over several years and are senior in your career, where your priorities shift from career growth to work-life balance or a family, then sure, remote work is great. But if you are early in your career, trying to make your way up the ladder, get promotions, and make something of yourself, you need to be in the office part-time. Full-time office work is a thing of the past. But showing your face 2 to 3 days a week is crucial if you want to accelerate your career faster than average. Being in person, meeting leaders, making friends and connections with coworkers are all virtually impossible to do when fully remote. In sum, if you're early in your career, i.e. younger than 35, get to one of the cities on this list, find a hybrid job at a great company, and build a trajectory for yourself that gives you financial security. If you're established in your career, have a medical need, or no longer have an interest in career progression beyond your current level, remote can be wonderful. Los Angeles is a fun city surrounded by incredible natural beauty and is home to a bunch of innovative companies like Netflix. There are tons of well-connected young professionals, endless entertainment, and perfect weather. However, LA only comes in at number 9 because it has many downsides. LA is expensive, even for a list of tech hubs. Between state taxes, property values, and inflation, everything in this metro is expensive. LA has a smaller tech scene compared to most other cities, being more of an entertainment hub. There is a startup scene in LA, but it's quite small in comparison. LA is also car dependent and on a bit of a downward trend recently. LA is a good option if you're the type of person who wants to live in LA anyways and can land a job at Netflix. Chicago beats out LA simply for having more companies and job opportunities than LA. Chicago is just about as expensive, but has much worse weather, is fully urban, and the winters suck. But Chicago has jobs, and this is a list about tech hubs, not nicest cities. Chicago has seemingly endless job opportunities and a strong show of a tech sector. Chicago has good public transit and offers a ton to do if you prefer the urban lifestyle. The startup scene is strong, and the city is on an average trajectory. Chicago is the place for you if you want to live in an urban environment, don't mind the cold, and want endless job opportunities inside and outside of tech. Amazon is building HQ2 in DC, and that's all you need to know. DC is actually a smaller city and can be quite beautiful. The anchor companies of big tech are flooding in, and the startup scene is blossoming in tandem. DC is quite pricey, but in the middle of the pack relative to other cities on this list. DC features robust public transit, is close to the other Northeast megalopolis metros, and offers a surprising amount of stuff to do on the weekends for young people. The future trajectory of DC is perhaps its strongest asset, as big tech is intent on transforming the area into the next great tech cluster. DC is a great option if you want to front-run the next big tech hub in progress. Who wouldn't want to live on the beach? Well, Wall Street, crypto, and a lot of startups have decided to do just that. Miami is gorgeous. The quality of life is among the top in the entire US if you value the ocean and summer. The tech phenomenon here is recent, but is showing strong signs of growth, especially if the crypto space can stabilize and start producing profitable companies. Miami isn't cheap, but it's much cheaper than New York, Seattle, or San Francisco. If you want to take a bit of a risk, happen to work in crypto, or love the beach, Miami is a great option for you. With New York, you pretty much know what you're getting. The city is the strongest economic area in the entire US, has endless jobs and opportunities, and offers some of the best urban life on this list. The sheer number of job openings at companies large and small puts New York so high on this list. The downsides are that New York is insanely expensive to live in, is overcrowded, and may not be on as strong a trajectory as the previous 2 decades. If you want to live in an urban environment and prioritize your career above everything else, New York is a great fit for you. Denver is a vibrant city with unparalleled natural beauty nearby and a decent tech scene. Denver seems like the Austin of 18 months ago. Beautiful, slightly underrated, growing tech scene, and not as expensive as the coastal cities yet. Several tech giants have offices or are planning them. The startup scene is growing, and it's simply more affordable than most places on this list. Once a homegrown Denver startup has a $10+ billion exit, the area could explode. And right now, it's still affordable. If you cannot compromise on enjoying the outdoors, but don't want to spend West Coast money, Denver is a solid option for you. Thanks to what feels like 500,000 people moving to Austin in the past 18 months, it's no longer the best tech hub in America. Austin was the sweet spot in the equation of tech jobs to lifestyle to cost of living. Not anymore. Austin is a smaller city that offers a lot of tech jobs, is rapidly growing, and has an ever-expanding startup scene. The list of anchor companies closely mirrors the NASDAQ. Austin has gotten extremely expensive and crowded recently. Good luck getting reservations at any restaurant on the weekends, and don't even try to buy a house. The city is great, but the city grew too fast. For the person who wants to live in a smaller city, doesn't mind hot weather, wants nearby nature, and is willing to pay for all of this, Austin is a great option. But please don't move here. When it comes to tech, it's hard to beat out San Francisco. The Bay Area is the home of tech in America, has the highest concentration of tech companies anywhere, and is still the most innovative place around. The Bay Area's natural beauty is unparalleled, the weather is seemingly perfect, the job opportunities are endless, and the quality of life is very high. The downside to all of this is that it is the most expensive place on this list, bar none. San Francisco and the Bay Area's costs of living have never been higher and show no signs of slowing down. If you can afford it, San Francisco is one of the best places in the country to live and work in. Even spending just a couple years to move out to the Bay and get your first 2 years experience in tech are worth the high costs. However, this almost prohibitive cost makes it hard to recommend long-term unless you are near the top of the income distribution. You should move to San Francisco either if you make so much money that you can afford the steep cost of living, or if you are fresh out of college and want to grind to get your first couple years experience in tech before moving somewhere else. And Seattle makes it to the top spot. Seattle is on par with San Francisco for job openings, both at big companies and startups. Seattle has incredible natural beauty, public transit, and a strong future trajectory. What gives Seattle the edge over the Bay Area is its lower cost of living. Seattle is by no means affordable, but it's significantly less expensive than San Francisco, while offering an economic situation nearly on par with the Bay. The weather could be a major downside if you like warm, sunny climates. Otherwise, the city offers top-tier career opportunities in big tech and startups alike for less cost than the Bay Area or New York. All right, that's the list for 2023 and beyond. Looking back, all of the cities on this list are great places to move to, but they all have significant pros and cons that you should be aware of before making your permanent decision. It's always best to go and spend a weekend somewhere before committing to move there forever. Feel free to go in the comments and let me know where I got this wrong. Thanks for watching.